Welcome
always
in,
catches me off guard.
welcome into Jersey Chasers, everyone. I'm your host, Autumn, joined by my co-host, Christy. Christy, y'all,
It's got to be
sometimes
better than last week, right? It's got to be better than
it's
last
gotta
week.
be. Y'all, sometimes this show is hilarious, and the stuff that happens behind the scenes is so fun. But yes, welcome into Jersey Chasers. You guys are watching us here on Inside Edge Network. Please like, subscribe here on Inside Edge Network. By the way, we are on the Inside Edge Network Facebook tonight. First time. We're so excited.
Ooh.
Follow
We get to join the
us.
boys.
Yes, we get to join the boys. If you guys didn't
We're
know,
special.
we have a full lineup of just everything. Everything is great. Everything is beautiful. But follow us on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook now. Please, please, please support us. Also, please support our network sponsor, Alley Rose Fragrances. Discover Alley Rose collection of handcrafted candles, body mist with clean, minimal ingredients. Every product is thoughtfully created in small batches, free from harmful toxins, for mindful everyday influences. Head over to allyrosefragrances.com right now to order and use the special promo code InsideEdge20 to receive a special discount. Also, I forgot to tell you this, Christy. We have an announcement. I have an announcement before
Oh,
we
what?
get into sports.
You do?
Yes, I have
What
an
is it?
announcement. There's going to be a new show on Inside Edge Network called Mic Check Take Two, and I will be hosting it alongside my good friend David Ruiz. We will be starting on March 6th, so tune into Mic Check Take Two. That would be the second show I'm on this network. Also, Christy, of course, is BFO, so tune into
Awesome.
BFO as well. We're doing the things. But Christy, I know you were telling me you had a tough weekend. Hopefully, all has been going well
Yeah.
over the last couple days. Shout out to
Yeah.
little Oakley.
So it was crazy. Yeah. My poor little grandbaby. I was so excited to tell everybody about him and like give everybody an update. And he was exactly 1 month old last week. And the poor little guy had to be taken into surgery. And luckily, he's doing okay. He had, I'll give you a quick rundown. It's called pyloric stenosis. It's where the stomach muscle connects to the small intestine. That muscle actually thickens. They had to go in and they had to cut it to release it so that stuff would go from his stomach to his intestines. So he's okay now. It's a common thing, happens in like 1 in 4 boys. So thank goodness he's okay. My little boy is back to being perfect again. And I'm so grateful to the surgeons, the nurses, the anesthesiologists, anybody that had a hand in touching my sweet little grandson and helping him and his mommy and daddy while they were there at the hospital to try to out and lose their minds. So thank you,
Yes.
Golisano Children's Hospital in Fort Myers, Florida.
Yes, yes, yes. We always, 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 always support the hospitals. Christy, let's get into it.
Yeah.
This has been a weird,
You don't want to
strange
tell us what
sport
you've been doing over the last week? No, 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 no,
over the
no.
last well, okay, so I did host the I co-hosted the
Mhm.
Guardians pregame show, the season preview last week. We went till after midnight. You guys, that was a heinous day for me. I literally talked for 5 hours straight. I came out, talked to my mom, went back in, came back in, talked some more, and I'm like, oh, I can't talk anymore. Even during the show, my sound went off.
Oh no.
Like my sound, it was crazy. It
So
was
you were trying to pull a
nuts.
Christy, huh? Technical
Yeah, I was trying to.
difficulties.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. Like everybody's sound kept cutting off. But the show went well. We had like well over 100 viewers, like steadily throughout the entire show.
Nice.
Um, After that, I really didn't do much. I went to a birthday gathering that Friday, and then I kind of just chilled the entire rest of the weekend because I wanted to and I needed to.
Yeah.
I needed to bad. So
I
I don't
feel
know.
you.
Oh, and I got my contacts. So if you guys notice, I'm not wearing glasses this show. I got contacts in. It's taking a little bit to get used to them because I haven't worn them in a while. So
I've
it's
never
it's
been the one to be like, you know?
look, I like when I tell you, y'all, I can't see. Like I can't see. Like I'm
Aw,
not even just saying that I genuinely cannot see. Like my eyes just will not focus at all. I can't see. But Christy, there is something that happened this weekend outside of, what happened to your grandson and, my chill
yes,
weekend. And that is the Olympics. The
ended.
Olympics ended and boy, when I tell
Went out with a
you
bang.
we went out with a bang. Let's actually start from Thursday. So no, was it Thursday? Yes, it was Thursday.
Yeah,
So Thursday afternoon, I was at work, and luckily I have a job where we can like watch the Olympics and do fun stuff and broadcast for people. And we were watching the women's game. When I tell you I was on the edge of my seat, I was on the edge of my seat. If you don't
yeah.
know, the US women won their match against Canada. First of all, they went undefeated throughout the entire tournament, did not lose.
I think
Shout
they
out to
played
them.
Friday. Didn't they play Friday?
Was it Thursday or Friday? No, it was Friday. It was Thursday because I
No,
was
you know
at
what?
work.
It was Thursday. I'm
It was Thursday.
sorry. I got my days all mixed up. I'm sorry. My bad. You're right. I'll shut up.
No, you're yeah, no, no. So they look, they went undefeated throughout the entire tournament. They played against their rival Canada.
Yes.
They won their first gold medal since 2018, their third overall, which is crazy because it seems like they should, but they're always in the gold medal game, which is crazy again. But
Right.
their news is being overshadowed due to the men's team. The men's team, of course, had the same result. Ironically enough, they also went undefeated. They also beat Canada in a 2-1 win in overtime. It was incredibly strange. The literal games went the exact same way. Except for in the US case,
Yeah.
in the US men's case, they scored first and then Canada came back. And then the US women, Canada scored first and the US came back. But they both won in overtime in the first quarter of overtime. And I'm gonna just say this, which should have been a great celebration of Johnny Gaudreau. If you don't know what happened to him, he was killed by a drunk driver, him and his brother, on the weekend of his sister's wedding a couple years ago, which should have been a great celebration because they brought out his jersey, they brought out his kids, ends up being overshadowed by just I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Christy, what was your thoughts going through this weekend as you saw the US dominate hockey and then the men's team blow it up?
Well, the thing that I noticed the most was kind of the shading towards the women's hockey team, which I didn't appreciate. And I don't like talking about politics. I hate speaking on politics. So I'm just going to say I think it's really shitty that our girls got treated that way, especially when they have to work so much harder than those men do to get any type of recognition. So it was great that the men won on the anniversary of
Of the
the,
miracle.
the last win. So
46
that was
years.
cool. But like I said, yeah, yeah, I was 2 years old. So in 1980, yes. It was cool that there was one player that his father played on that team, and his grandpa and his uncle, or his grandpa and his grandpa's brother, played on the 1960 something team that won the Olympic gold prior to the 1980s team. So that's cool. They got 3 generations of gold medals, hockey players for the Olympics for USA. So that's what I want to concentrate on. That's what I would rather, focus on, the positives. And I wish there was more that I had done research on the women so I could like share some of their positives. But like they don't even get the recognition from the news reporters that the men's team do. So it's like, what do we kind of expect in this country?
Honestly, yeah, I have no problem talking about what happened. So what happened was the men's team, by the way, also what's even more insulting about what they did is that the player who scored the game-winning goal, Jack Hughes, his mother is head of talent and development for Team USA, the women's side. And she also
Oh,
was a hockey player. So what happened was the team was in the locker room celebrating with some not so savory people, and they get a call from the president, and you know how that goes. It's like, okay, whatever. They got a call from him. But what insulted the women so much is that the president then goes on to say, well, I have to invite them because they also won. Being like, oh, like I don't really want to, but I have to. Now, all the women did decline, and instead, they're going to go to Vegas and they're going to hang out with Flavor Flav, who Flavor Flav should have been getting the Snoop Dogg treatment the entirety of the Olympics. Let's talk about Flavor Flav. Let's talk about Flavor Flav. Okay, we'll get back to the shit show
do
that
you
is US.
realize he did this for the women's water polo team too?
Yeah, so he
Like,
started off
they did
with the
the
women's
women's water
water polo.
polo team, they didn't have a sponsor for the Summer Olympics.
Yeah, like two
Yep.
was it? I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years
And
ago
then
he did.
he decided he's gonna support the women's hockey team.
Yeah,
Yep.
so he started off with the water polo team. Then he was going to different events during the Summer Olympics. Then he started sponsoring the bobsled team and also like all of the women's teams. So he has literally been supporting all the women's teams because
Mhm.
the one of the US water polo players like did an interview where she was like, "Yeah, like I train all the time. But a lot of people don't know. I have to train and then I have a full-time job on top of this because I can't pay for anything." So he came in and is like,
Yeah.
"Well, quit your full-time job. I'm going to help sponsor you guys. I'm going to push you all the way through." And I'm pretty sure they won the gold medal last time too. So
Yeah, they did.
yeah. So, Flavor Flav, in spite of what happened with the US women's hockey team, decided to say, "Hey, I will not only sponsor you your flights, I'll sponsor your hotel, and we will go out and have a good time." He posted the other day that the he got Delta and Southwest to sponsor their flights. He got MGM and I think another hotel in Vegas to sponsor their hotel. He's got
Mhm.
clubs lined up in Vegas because he lives in Vegas. He has got, when I say he has got so much pull to get them into the right places. The women have been around Megan the Stallion, Stanley Tucci, Kylie Kelsey, you name it, they've been around it. And the men are just being men. But let's move on from them because they don't need that much attention anymore. They're continuing to show their asses. They're continuing to show their asses today as we speak. But let's move on because at the same time, because women don't get respect, the women's uh figure skating program, the finals was going on. Now, did you watch the finals of the women's figure skating?
Yes, I
You did?
did.
Yes.
Yes, I
And
did.
American Alyssa Liu came out on top. Alyssa Liu. Just
Yay.
just a beautiful story. If you don't know Alyssa's story, she was the youngest national champion and world champion. She retired at 16 after she was almost kidnapped by Chinese spies during the Beijing Olympics. It was a crazy thing. Her dad, yeah. Oh, you don't know about
I
this?
didn't hear
Her
about that.
dad,
I just know that she retired.
yeah, her
I just
dad,
knew that she got sick of it and she retired at 16, and then all of a sudden she was, like, doing all these other things and, like, living it up, being a regular 16-year-old and going, like, snowboarding and stuff, and then she decided she wanted to act come back to see the pressure was kinda gone. She told her dad, like, "You're gonna have to keep your distance. I want you to be dad. I don't want you to be, like, ice skating dad." So, which I could see that, so he took a step back. She came back out. She made the Olympics. She scored gold and she did it the way she wanted to. And it was great. I think it's a cute story. If she wants to retire now, she can retire now. If she doesn't want to, she doesn't have to. I think she's got plenty more years left in her, and she's amazing.
Yeah, the lore of Alyssa Liu is crazy. So her dad was a part of one of China's most infamous protests. Is the Tiananmen Square protest? It's like it's been scrubbed
Yeah.
from like Chinese internet. Like you cannot find it on Chinese internet. He
It didn't
fled
happen.
to Yeah, to them it did happen. So then he fled to America. He wanted to have children, but he didn't want to get married or anything like that. So he ended up having Alyssa with a surrogate. He got an egg donor, used his sperm. Alyssa also
Mhm.
has four other siblings that use egg donors and sperm and surrogacy. Her dad noticed one day that she was like really, really talented. So he just was like, okay, I'm gonna put you in figure skating. I'm gonna throw any money that you can like at, and he was a single dad. He was very like you said, he was very involved with her career. She had umpteenth amount of coaches. Like I said,
Mhm.
she was the youngest national champion and youngest world champion. And this is at like 14.
Yeah.
And then the Beijing
Yeah.
Olympics came around and a Chinese spy operation like contacted her and was like, "Hey, we need your passport book number." And she's like, "Huh? Like that's weird." Come to find out they were spying on her and her dad and were planning like a whole thing for when she got to Beijing. And she like posted, it was funny how she posted about it. She was like, "Hey guys, so this weird thing happened to me." She came in sixth at the Beijing Olympics, retired, lived her life as a normal teenager. One weekend, she was with her friends snowboarding. She was like, "Ooh, like I like this. I like the feel of like competition." Decided to pick up figure skating and then was only doing it again for a year. Won world championship last year and then she didn't even expect to win on last Thursday. She didn't even expect it. So I
Yeah.
shout out to Alyssa Liu. Shout out. But her program, fantastic. Fantastic. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
She was
now Amber
perfect.
Glenn, who is the other, well, it was two other, but Amber Glenn is the more recognizable name because she was the national champion. She came in fifth and she
Yeah.
also posted a hilarious TikTok that was like, "Watch me do the jump that cost me a medal." And she was like, "Yep, yep. I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy."
I could do
But
that jump.
yep, she was like, "Oh, okay, 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 yeah."
I
And
mean,
then
it was so sad, and she didn't realize that first though, because, like, she did her routine, and the jump that she was supposed to do it was supposed to be a triple, I think, and she
mhm,
ended up doing a triple single, and because it was a triple single, they actually gave her, I think, 0 points, and she didn't realize that that was gonna happen. She thought that she would still get some points, but they gave her none for that particular jump, and when she came off the ice was when she was being told about that, so she didn't even know. So when she got 5th, she kinda, like, knew, like, it was coming, and it was super sad for her because she was like, "I know I wasn't gonna be able to land that 2nd jump." But yeah, I probably could have done the 2nd jump.
yeah, I felt so bad for her. She was like, "Yep, yep, that's the one that cost me." And she already had kind of like she's a stellar. She is a stellar athlete, but she
Oh, yeah.
had a reputation of when it got to like big competitions like the Olympics or the World Championship, she kind of froze up and we saw her struggle through the Olympics this year and like her like her she just wasn't her. She wasn't herself. She wasn't herself. But she does go home with a gold medal from the team event.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm just proud of Alyssa. Two other
Madonna
things.
contacted her too,
I saw the video. I saw the Madonna video. That was so sweet. I was like, you know what, girl, live your life. But
I bet you Madonna didn't contact the French. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
girl, I will be forever on them asses. Okay,
Right, Vogue?
they should have not won. I don't
No.
understand how they have a gold medal. Them two
He
nightmare
fell.
assholes.
He fell.
They literally fell out
He
of a
fell.
twizzle. They fell out of the most basic spin that
Yeah.
ice dancers do, and they
Yeah.
somehow won a gold medal. Get out of here.
No. Oh, sorry. I'm so mad about that. Like, he literally fell. Okay, moving on.
Yes, moving
My
on.
aunt's watching. I shouldn't have done that.
Also, Layla Edwards from Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland Heights to be specific. She actually went to Strongsville. She didn't go to Cleveland Heights, Travis Kelsey. She went to Strongsville. She also plays for the Wisconsin Badgers. And also, she's about to play in the hockey playoffs in like, I'm pretty sure like a week, which is crazy. She went from the Olympics and now she's about to play in the hockey playoffs. She makes history as the first Black woman to win a gold medal in hockey. So shout out to her.
Yay.
US overall, 33 medals, 12 of them,
Nothing.
12 for both gold and silver, so 24, and then 9 for bronze. And this is the second time, well, this is the second most medals that the US have won since the Salt Lake City
Right.
Olympic in
It's the
2000,
most we've ever won overseas for the Winter Games.
which again,
We should
should
have
be
had
doing.
more.
We should
We
be
should have
doing
had a
better.
gold medal.
We should have had 23. We should have had 13 gold medals. We should have had 13 gold medals, not 12, 13.
Uh-huh.
But one last thing about the Olympics, or two more things about the Olympics. Lindsey Vonn, who had again the scariest fall I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
She revealed that she actually has a metal rod in her leg and she's in a wheelchair right now. She said that she had an extensive surgery. Her doctor actually had to save her leg from amputation because that's how bad it was.
It
And
didn't look that bad.
I know it didn't look that bad, but she said that her leg
Mm.
essentially is completely shattered. She is in a wheelchair until she
Exaggerating.
gets this metal rod out, and then yeah, so
Is she
she
exaggerating for clicks like Mary Kay did
mm-mm,
about Jock recently?
nah, she
Because
showed X-rays.
oh, okay. Because Mary Kay said, it's unlikely that Jock will come back. And he's like, so tell me the news that I've missed lately. And I'm like, yeah, shut up, Mary Kay. Stop spreading bullshit. Sorry. I'm upset about that too. Anyway.
It's okay. It's all right. But yeah, Lindsey Vonn, I'm pretty sure she's fully retired after that fall. Y'all, if you have an ACL injury, just let it heal. Don't try to do stuff,
Don't
especially
try to
if
be like
it's
Aaron Rodgers.
please
You
no.
ain't Aaron Rodgers.
Please no. But the next Winter Olympics will be in 2030 and France will host. And I'm scared because the last time they hosted the Olympics was terrifying. Paris was a terrible Olympics.
You think so?
Terrible for the athletes. Now, the
Okay.
actual competition, great. Terrible for the athletes. Conditions, horrendous. Ironically enough, also cost us a gold medal because of the horrendous conditions for the athletes.
Yeah, I remember swimming in the river was not good.
Oh, the poop river, the
They
sand,
said they
the
cleaned it
poop.
up.
They didn't even no, the
They
poop
said they
river,
cleaned it up.
and then half the people getting E. coli is just crazy. But let's move on. Let's move
All
on,
right.
people.
Well, let's go.
We got some NBA news. We're gonna go through this quickly. We're gonna go through this one pretty quickly.
Yeah, because I'm going to
LaMelo
be quiet.
Ball has been torturing the city of Charlotte. Have you seen the videos?
No, but I'm glad he's not with us.
LaMelo is
I don't like
Lonzo's
them.
brother.
I don't like the Ball family. I know. I don't like they are too obnoxious for me. Like if you know anything about me with sports, I don't like the guys that draw a lot of attention to themselves, especially when their parents are doing a lot of the attention drawing to start
Hmm.
with. And then they think it's cool to carry it on. But go ahead, carry on.
Yeah, but no, LaMelo Ball, he has been terrorizing the city of Charlotte. And I'm not just saying that figuratively, I mean literally. Um, pretty plenty of people in Charlotte, North Carolina have come out and said, "Hey, he cannot drive." But he got into a car accident, ironically enough, the day after we did the show. And I saw the video. He literally intentionally had to be intentional, ran into another car, kept going, and the only way he stopped was his tire fell off. He ends up being out and day to day in the NBA with a back injury because of the accident. But people have talked about how like they have to stay on the sidewalk and they know he's coming, they know who he is because he drives the flashiest cars in the city. He is
Do we know what he
terrorizing the
drives?
city of Charlotte. Yes, so he had
What?
a camouflage Hummer. He
Okay.
had a iridescent kind of like weird um Lamborghini. He
Okay.
has an orange Bentley, and like when I say you see these cars, you know it's him.
Yeah, boy, give me that Bentley. I need an orange car. My next car is gonna be orange, but anyway, give me that Bentley.
Yeah, so he's over here torturing the city of Charlotte. The Cavs moved to third place in the NBA, well, third place in the East after a win over the Knicks last night. But Donovan Mitchell, he's out with a strain. I think Evan Mobley also is out with a strain, and then um James Harden has an injury on his thumb on his non-shooting hand. But again, they beat the Knicks. And it's look, this happens every season, man. This happens every season. But they beat the Knicks.
They all get
I
hurt.
told you I told you we're about to go fast because we need to get to all the pop culture stuff. Sports is kind of boring right
Do it.
now.
Go. Yep.
In Major League
Sports suck.
Baseball,
Go.
yeah, honestly, for real, right now there is nothing going on. Major League Baseball spring training began last week. Again, like I said, we had the Guardians preview show. I gave my predictions. We'll see what happens, and the World Baseball Classic starts next week. I think it's next weekend on the 6th. Yes. And then Reese Hoskins, formerly of the Brewers, signed a minor league contract with the Guardians. But let's get into some pop culture news. Let's get into it.
Alrighty. Yes.
I'm gonna start with the sadder news first. So last week, actor Eric Dane of Grey's Anatomy and Euphoria fame passed away from a almost year battle of ALS. People came out and poured out, and then he released a Netflix special that was recorded before his passing, and it was very emotional. Like I've never seen a death like that hit hit anyone. But a lot of people tried to
It
say that
was
he was
kind of like,
profiting from his death, and I'm like, he's dead. He can't profit from it.
yeah,
Like he's
really.
dead.
How can, unless he built trust for his kids. But I mean, like, that was shocking. The James Vanderbeek, was shocking. And, prior to that was
Catherine O'Hara.
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
You know, that one was super shocking, and then besides that, the last, like, major shocking one was, like, Patrick Swayze, you know, and it's just
Yeah,
I hate
we
getting
didn't talk
older.
about we didn't talk about Vanderbeek, but James Vanderbeek passed away from cancer a couple weeks ago now. It's been almost 2 weeks. Eric Dane passes away from
Yeah.
ALS. Catherine O'Hara passed away from an undisclosed illness. Whew, just a lot, just too much happening. But the other sad news
Yeah,
that I
me too.
actually told Christy about like right before we got on,
Yeah.
Mary Cosby's son, Mary Cosby of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City fame, her son Robert Jr. passed away unexpectedly last night. It was announced this morning, and Mary released a statement, and in her statement, she said that her child is no longer in pain and please help them through this sorrowful time. And I know we were talking about it, but I want to touch on something real quick. Um, Robert Jr. is a case that I've seen a lot of, and
Yeah.
the case of a kid who grew up in an environment where he had to be someone that he really wasn't. Now, we know he struggled with substance abuse because we saw it. We literally saw it with our own two eyes.
Yeah, he admitted it
He
online on
admitted on
TV, like, yeah.
yeah, and Mary, of course, 2 seasons ago was very, 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 very open about her son's struggle with substance abuse. He had unexpectedly got married. Then him and his wife were using together, and we saw Mary kind of like, I'm not gonna say shelter him, but we saw her kind of want to protect him from the world, but also want him to live life.
Right.
And he had gotten arrested last year, like late last year, mid last year.
Mhm.
He was in jail. He had been charged, and I'm guessing he got out of jail over sometime in the last couple months, probably after they filmed Reunion, and then last night, of course, he was found um, overdosing. But I was
Mhm.
thinking about this, and I'm just gonna say this: he had a life that was hard because of where he was living. Utah is not very forgiving to people who look like me. There is a small percentage of people who look like me that live there. And I actually know people who grew up in environments where there is little to no people of color, and they very easily get hooked on drugs. It is very, very easy to get hooked on drugs when you are the only person of color in an environment where you are alone. So we, of course, sent our thoughts to Mary, and I hate to say this, but I'm very interested to see how this plays out for the next season.
It yeah, they actually just started filming for the next season. They were talking about Bronwyn is dating a new guy. Whitney is still navigating stuff with her husband Justin and antagonizing Meredith. Um, so it
I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean to laugh, but it's kind of funny.
See, and I did that all with a straight face. I was trying to be like the straight up news person and go, yeah,
I'm sorry, but that is
thanks.
true. She
I know,
does
usually I'm the one that
antagonize
does that.
Meredith. There is a rumor about the show though that Brittany Bateman, has been fired, which I'm kind of glad if she has because I'm sick of her.
She doesn't add to it. I'm sorry.
No,
She annoys the
her and
crap
her
out of me.
ting 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 tings, but yeah, no. So I know Angie so far has spoken out on Mary's post, but yeah, this is gonna be a very strange season of
Yeah.
the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. He's not the first kid that any of a housewife lost, but
No.
to know his struggles so publicly is something that
And to
is
see it because he was on
yeah.
camera numerous times. And you could tell when he was messed up.
Oh yeah, you
I
could
mean,
tell when he
like,
was super high.
yeah. And it's just so sad because they did have all the money and resources at their fingertips. They could have easily moved to one of their other houses.
Hmm.
Um, one of the first problems I think is his dad married his
Step
granddaughter, who
granddaughter.
was his step granddaughter, but still. So now your mom and your dad are actually your mom and your great grandfather, dad.
Yeah, and I don't think being on the show and that part getting exposed probably helped him because when
Oh
the show
no.
started, he was still in high school.
Yeah.
So he was I think he was one of those COVID graduates because he's just 23, so he was a COVID graduate. So imagine you go through high school, you're at the end, your mom gets picked to be on a show, and every 5 minutes you get to hear, yeah, she's fucking her step granddaddy or her
Right.
granddaddy. Like I like when I say like his life, while short, was probably made like a living hell.
Oh, for sure. I can't imagine. I mean, like, I only know what the the bullying and the picking on that I went through, and I can't even imagine with social media these days how I mean, kids are mean and cruel anyway. And so for him to
Yeah.
be a minority and have that going on, but he's also rich, like he probably didn't know who the heck to trust. And evidently he
Mhm.
trusted the wrong people because he got
Ye
involved with the wrong stuff. And I don't really think Mary spent a lot of time and attention on him because anytime you hear or see anything about Mary, it's all about the church. And
yeah.
we saw that.
Yeah, and then and even then, like, when they had their talks on the show, him and Mary, like, he would tell Mary, he was like, "You were there, but you weren't there.
Yeah,
Like, you were there, but you were not there." And he
right.
was like, "You just don't know how hard." And then I think the other thing was that, I was reading through a lot of the issues that he had before coming on the show, is that the reason why he went to jail is because of his wife's family.
Yeah.
His
They had a
yeah, him and
restraining order against him, but she would call him over and he would be dumb enough because Mary obviously didn't raise him to know like normal social cues. You could tell he was just very awkward. And I don't think he was autistic, but
mm-mm.
I don't think he got a lot of social cues because of how sheltered he was. And so they had this restraining order against him. She would call him over. The family would get upset that he was there and call the cops on him. And so he ended up getting thrown in prison because of his or jail because of his ex-wife's family. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. So
Yeah, it's just so much it's so much with that situation that I just am like, "Ugh,"
be
like,
careful
it
how you
is
raise your kids. Be careful what you're facilitating.
also, also,
Ugh.
also, as someone that also grew up in a religious environment, please, 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 children, I'm begging you, parents of children, do not raise your child in a religious environment if you cannot handle children. Please, please, I'm begging y'all, because the religious trauma that will carry you down the road for years. And he clearly also had religious trauma. When she was like, "Oh, he doesn't want to come to
Oh, yeah.
church." Yeah, I wouldn't want to go to church either. Again, if my mom
Yeah.
is in like, it's just so
Thinking that
much.
she's
It's so
God.
much. Thinking that she's God. She has this big church. She doesn't have a mega church, but it's a big enough church to where it's a black church in Utah, and it's probably the only black church in Utah for how many miles. So you have the pressure of
It's the
being
only
a
Pentecostal
preacher's
church in
kid.
Utah because the rest of them are all Mormon.
Yeah, so you have the only and Pentecostal is not Baptist, y'all. I could go into
No.
religion and Pentecostal and Baptist, and it's all not, it's related, but it's not. But yeah, it's really sad, and I hate to do
Yeah.
this, but we got to talk about something else.
All right. Yeah, let's move on.
We got to talk about this. So, the fallout has begun. The interviews have begun. The fact that there is
There's
also another. This is E. E is doing
another one.
their version. There's another one.
Yes.
So,
I love this.
the reality check America's Next Top Model, if you guys don't know, came out last week. It has been the most talked about thing probably on the internet outside of like the Olympics and some other stuff. And like it's just dawning on people just how diabolical the show was. So today I was actually like just scrolling because people have been talking about Tyra and her feud with Naomi Campbell, and how Naomi Campbell actually was 100% doing all the stuff that Tyra said. It's just Tyra is just Tyra. But one of the clips that popped up is, do you remember I think it was Cycle 5 when Nicole won? Was
I'll
Nicole
be
Cycle
honest.
5?
I told you I watched them all when they first came out. So that was probably in 2006 when it came out,
Yeah.
2007. So I don't remember.
So it was the season where Nicole and Nick were the top 2, and it was Nicole, Nick, Bree, Kim, like all those girls were in the top. And one of the most infamous things from that season was Bree versus Nicole. Like, you could tell the girls had been together for a really long time. And Bree thought that Nicole ate her granola bars, so she took her Red Bulls and poured them down the drain. And Nicole was like, "Well, Bree, are you gonna pay to replace them?" And she fully gaslit that girl and was like, "I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I did what I did. Like, I'm not gonna replace them." And I'm pretty sure that's what ended up like making Brie go home is that because she like poured them down the drain or something like
Hmm.
that. So I was actually like looking at the comments because I will say this: look at comments on videos because they will tell you so much more that you don't even realize. Apparently, the reason why Brie went crazy and poured that girl's Red Bull down the drain is because they would get $20 a day to be on that show.
Yeah.
So if they bought food with that $20, like that was their food, and somebody from production apparently took Brie's granola bars, blamed it on Nicole, and because Brie was so angry that she believed production that they said that Nicole took her granola bars. That's
Oh
why
my
she poured the
god.
Red Bull. Y'all, it is that when Brie went on the All Star season, if you don't know, the All Star season, America's Next Top Model, is one of the most controversial seasons. There was a whole winner of that season. The winner got disqualified. They brought in Lisa, who also had her own crazy shake of the franchise where she was painted as a drug addict. The winner, I think her name is Angelique. Yeah, Angelique came out this week and it was revealed that Lisa, who was the eventual winner, is the one who went to
Mhm.
production and told them that Angelique had a past as an escort. So
Oh,
so the person who ended up winning the season got the person who actually won the season disqualified.
wow.
And Lisa's not even a
Hmm.
successful model, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. Lisa was so
I mean, come on, how
infamous.
many of them are?
Yeah, and then we've had the girls who have been successful have been like, yes, the show was a great stepping stone, but like I was so shocked about all this stuff that I didn't know. And it's like, well, how did you not know? Like you guys were on
Right.
seasons where it's like y'all were doing crazy stuff. Now, there are some girls who are like, thank you so much for supporting me. There are some girls who are leaning into the fun of it because there's a whole TikTok trend going on where it was like, Tyra just told you your dad died. So now you have to pose in like a cemetery. And I think
A casket.
yeah, Joni from season 6, she was one of the top two. She participated in the trend. She was very funny. But it's been a
Yeah.
crazy week. But yeah, it was announced that E is coming out with their own version, and it's been nuts. It's been nuts.
Like I said, but it was just trust me, the early 2000s, I mean, like, even the early 2000s, a lot of people started being very careful about what they were saying and how they did things, and, like, I've always been the type of person that I never wanna hurt anybody's feelings, I never wanna make anybody upset, so I'm always very careful about what I say and what I do, and this was even before everything came out with the whole politically correct bull, but back in 2003, things were just so much different. Like, I mean, if you think some of the stuff from the early 2000s is bad, you should go back to the 90s when I was in high school and check some of that stuff out because I mean like one of my most favorite movies is Dazed and Confused and that's actually set in the 70s. And they
Such
did
a problematic
hazing
movie.
and initiations. And
Yeah,
I'm telling you, like, I was in high school band and we had initiations and the squeezing the ketchup and the mustard on top of the girls, like, it brought back so many memories for me because my initiation was I had to reach my hand into a pot that had everything from the kitchen thrown into it, like, the mustard was burning my fingers. I could smell the ketchup. Like there was barbecue sauce, onions, pepper. Like it was gross. And I had to pull something out of this pot. And I was like, y'all ain't got nothing in there. And I was blindfolded to do this too. So I didn't know what my hand was going in. I had an easy
yeah.
initiation.
Oh,
But things were just so different, like, they probably don't even initiate band members anymore, which is sad because, like, we really had a good time doing it. We pretended like we were gonna shave someone's head. We took the razors out of the clippers, and she was on the dance line. She had just spent, like, $200 on a perm. I thought she was gonna kill us. But, I mean, it was all in good fun. I don't think she was traumatized from it.
I think she probably was, Christy. I think she was.
No, she's
Um,
not. I can ask her on Facebook. Her name's Kylie Phillips. It was Kylie Phillips. I don't know. I think she got married. I'm gonna reach out to her and ask her if we traumatized her.
yeah. But yeah, that's all with America's Next Top Model. Let's move on to this shit show. Let me tell you about. Well, first off, I'm gonna show you something I acquired.
Uh-oh.
I Yeah. So if you don't know what
Where
this
did
cup
you get that?
is, so one of my mom's best
Is
friends,
that real?
yes, this is a real cup. Apparently they sell these at Home Goods.
That
If you don't know what these lovely cups are,
no.
these are
I
the
mean, is it a
I think
real Love is Blind cup?
yeah, no, this is the real cup that's on the show. Yeah. So if you guys don't know why they use these cups for Love is
Okay.
Blind, it's for continuity purposes. So say they're like, hey, this happened in the morning, and like you can't have like something like this, and you can clearly see I've been drinking out of it, and it's like, oh, it's in the morning, but it's like, but in one scene this is like half gone, and then another scene is full, and then another scene is
Yeah.
not there anymore. They use these cups so you can't see inside of
Ah,
them. It's fully it's
and see
fully
how
just
full they are.
reflective. Yep.
Gotcha.
Let's tell you. Let me tell you about this shit show. Let's talk about this. First of all, Alex, do you know how bad it is for a soccer
Ma'am.
legend to call you out by name?
Oh, was it David Beckham?
It was Tim Howard. So
Oh,
Alex,
because
if you
he
don't know,
he name dropped David Beckham,
hmm
so I didn't know if, like, maybe he responded.
no, David Beckham didn't respond to it, but Tim Howard, the other soccer player that he name dropped,
Oh.
was like, my daughter, he was like, his daughter is in college, his daughter watches all the shows, and she's like, Dad, I'm watching Love is Blind, and some guy just name dropped you, and he was like, Alex, if you're just a fan, just let me know. He's like, I want an apology, just let me know. But we have Alex, demon number 1, Chris, demon number 2. Sir, you're short, you're probably my height. You
Is he the
have
Pilates guy?
he broke up with a y'all, 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 y'all,
An internal
y'all.
medicine doctor.
He broke up with a doctor. A doctor. He saw her house and got so insecure that he broke up with her and
Yeah.
said, the reason why I'm breaking up with you is because the girls I usually date do CrossFit and Pilates. Be so
But
fucking
wait,
for
wait.
real
The
right
best
now.
part about it the best part about it is he was like, "I wonder if I would have really done better with my number 2." And number 2 has the same body style as the one that he broke up with, which that wasn't his number 2. That was his number 1 all along in the first place until she said, "You're my number 2." And he was like, "Well, you're my number 2 too. So I'm going to go over off with the doctor." And then he was stupid and he said he's not physically attracted to the doctor, but yet Breezy, his number 2, is the exact same height, shape, like that dude's he's got problems, but go on.
So you have him. Then you have the
Yep.
fact that there's a whole nother love triangle that we haven't talked about. Kavan, that's how you say his name. Kevin Kavan, whatever the hell his name is. I think her name is
Is that
Tyler.
even a
Yeah,
love triangle?
he want both of them, Christy. So they both went on AD's podcast, and there's a scene in the pods where it's the day before they all get engaged, and
Mhm.
they're talking. And she was like, well, nobody knows they cut this part out. And she was like, I asked him, is this even worth it? Like, what would you do in my position? And she says
Right.
that this man said, if I was you, I would run.
Mhm.
Christy, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Production
What are we
obviously
doing?
sucks.
It's like, remember when
They
I
need to vet
told
these people
y'all?
better.
Remember when I told y'all dating in Ohio is for not the weak? It's not for the weak. I told y'all there is a reason why I'm single, my friends are single. When I tell you we are literally out here and this is what we have. You got Vaughn who hates himself and clearly doesn't like black women. You got Ashley who girl, make up your mind. I'm so like when I tell y'all I'm so sick of these people. I'm so sick of these people. I'm so sick
They're
of these people.
comical. It's comic relief. If you
It has
don't
to
look
be.
at it as a serious, drama, it's definitely a comedy.
I think there's one publication that put it perfect. Axios, the publication up here, they have a Cleveland branch. I'm gonna read you the headline. This is written by Troy Smith and Alyssa Wyndham Niece. The headline
Troy Smith.
is not that Troy Smith. Not that Troy Smith.
Oh, okay.
The headline is Love is Blind season 10 recap. Ohio men may never recover from this. Please don't let them. Don't let them. We are as women are terrorized by these men. Are
Hold those Ohio
terrorized
men to a higher
by
standard,
these
ladies. Come
men.
on. Come down
Y'all
here,
don't even
Autumn. I'll
know.
introduce you to some Florida boys.
Y'all don't even know what I deal with. I've had men.
These guys hold doors open for you. They say, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
The amount of men that I've dated that I found out, or dated or talked to that I found out do hard drugs is
Oh,
ridiculous. And they're
Jesus.
just so casual about it. I've dated multiple men, at least two, that just casually like, yeah, I do coke sometimes. This is what we are dealing with in
This
Ohio.
is not the
Y'all don't
80s, people.
understand. Y'all don't understand. People
You
that talk
don't do
about how
that
they do
sometimes
coke,
now. You can end up dead from that stuff. It could have fentanyl in it.
most of I've been ghosted so many times. Most of them are like, yeah, I don't want to date you, and then they'll end up with a girl that looks exactly like. Y'all don't understand. Y'all understand. These men are terrible. But
Come down here.
I
I'll introduce you to
actually,
some
I
Florida
actually
boys.
do know something. I know something. I know at least one couple gets married. I know that. I know at least one couple gets married
Well,
because I
yeah.
told you I had the inside scoop, and I know somebody who knows
Yep.
somebody that told me one couple gets married. It's not the couple you think, but one couple we do know at least gets married. But yeah, no, Ohio women, we are in hell, you guys. I'm just letting you know this. We are in hell.
I guess I'm glad
But
my
let
parents moved me out of there when I was 13.
girl, be glad, be glad, be glad, be glad, be glad, be glad.
All
Just
right. Well, let's
absolute
move on
hell.
from them. Let's not give them any more attention.
Yes, let's move on to the traders recap. Christy, it's getting down to the wire. There is a total of 6 people left. 6 people.
Yep. And 2 of them are traitors.
2 of them are traders. Eric Nam, Robert Roush, Rob still playing the damn game.
I love him.
Truly have never seen a dumber group of people in my life.
But did
But
you see it's like starting to get to him? And then finally, Tara's like, ding, ding, ding,
maybe it's
ding.
Rob.
Like,
But then doesn't vote for Rob. But then doesn't vote for him. Okay.
because they
So
convinced her.
yes. Okay. So let me explain what happened.
Recap.
So again, if you watch the traitors, spoiler. So in this episode, we had a murder and a banishment. The murder, Kristen Kish, host of Top Chef, was murdered.
We knew it.
Then a banishment, Natalie Anderson from The Amazing Race. Again, makes no sense. Natalie, unsuspecting. If anything, I would have looked at Johnny and been like, you're playing the game a little funny. Maybe you're a traitor. But you instead choose Natalie, but also Rob is there and Eric can't lie. So what are we doing? What are we doing? And I
You
have a
know, it
strong
well, they can't kill any there's no more banishments,
mm-mm.
and I don't think there's any more killings.
No, I think we're at the point of the season. I know last season around this time when you got eliminated or when you got banished, you couldn't let people know if you're a traitor or a faithful. Because if you don't know this, last season all the faithfuls won. They banished all the traitors. But this season, I think we're at the point where it's like it's that weird thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, we're are these the dumbest faithfuls? Rob and Eric are gonna win, right? They're
I
gonna
hope
win,
so.
right?
If well, okay, so with Tara getting as close as she has been to figuring out Rob, she's obviously gonna tell Johnny about that.
Hmm.
So, then they've got, um, the Mark, right? Mark
Yeah.
Ballas or whatever his name is from Dancing with the Stars,
Yep.
um, that they have to convince. And I think he would be on board with it because he's gonna be like, dude, Rob's been so smart through this whole thing. Like nobody ever suspected him. And I think that's what
Hmm.
Tara said. Nobody ever suspected him. So if the three of those could get their three brain cells all boinging up against each other and communicating, I think that they'll, but that's a lot to try to put together for the three of them.
Mora
And
is
I don't know
just
if they can do it.
Mora's just
I think
dressing
Rob's
because she
smarter
is.
than them all.
Yeah, Mora's just Mora. Like I expected so much more from her,
I forgot about
especially
Mora. She ain't gonna ever suspect Rob.
no, because she's too entranced by him. But we are yes, no. That was the last banishment. This week is both the finale and the reunion airing on Friday. Y'all, I just y'all,
I
Eric
heard
and Rob
Lisa
are
got
about to
roofied
win.
at the reunion. Did you hear about that?
What?
Oh,
I know.
breaking news. I have breaking news. Yeah, so Lisa Renna was at the reunion and evidently she was hanging out with Colton like the whole entire time. And he said she only had a couple drinks and like they had done a group picture together and she was like slurring and almost falling over. So he actually went and got her people, her PR people, and had them get her out of there. So now there's a whole investigation and yeah, like, but just like most of the other housewives, maybe she took something before she went to relax.
Let me tell you right now, Colton involving himself and saying, "Oh, she got roofied and she was
Listen,
with me the
he was
entire
hanging out with
day."
the housewife all night. He knows how drunk she was or wasn't. That's all I know. And he wanted to hang out with the housewives. Remember, I mean, like he said it during the show.
This thing, I don't like Colton. I don't think he should ever have any redeemable qualities. I think he should be bullied forever on the internet because he is a terrible person who stalked his ex-girlfriend, cloned his own phone number, stalked himself, and then tried to make his no. Colton, you will never get your tens from me. It will
Be a
always
better
be
human, Colton.
my foot will always be on your neck. Okay?
Hey, maybe him reporting to Lisa's PR people that she seemed a little bit too far out of it. Get her out of here before anybody sees her do anything or records her do anything. Maybe that's a step in his redemption.
Maybe. Whatever.
Maybe.
It will never be redemption for me.
Maybe
But
his ex
yes.
was a psycho. We don't know.
No, he was insane. He fake texted himself from a text now number to make it seem like he was also being stalked. That man
Who else?
is no.
Oh, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of shoot. Okay, so before we even started this show, there was Netflix series and it was the teenage girl was dating a teenage boy and they
Oh,
both started getting texts.
yeah, it's just like that. And then it was
Yeah.
the mom. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
That evil you want as a mom and a grandmother watching that, my blood boiled. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Colton, you will never get your tens from me. Uh no, ever, ever, ever. But let's move on to something else let's move on.
Hit the button. Where is it? There you go.
You guys, the season is over. The season
I
is
haven't
over.
seen the
Christy,
finale yet. It's not out on Peacock. What the heck?
it's not on. It's probably going to be out on Peacock either today or tomorrow, but the season is over. Close your ears. I'm going to spoil it. Close your
They're showing
ears.
pictures all over the internet. Go ahead. I can't hear you.
Close
Go
your
ahead.
ears. Sammy and Kieran are the winners of the Love Island All Stars. Christy, you may unclose your ears now. You may take it away. We good.
Okay.
But I want to give my Americans their tens because they came into an environment where Love Island UK and Love Island USA are two completely different shows. They are the same format, but they are not the same show. I want y'all to understand this.
Okay, explain the difference, and then I want to tell you something that I noticed.
So the difference in USA versus UK is USA is more about the connection. It's about the connection, it's about the camaraderie, it's about making the connection with each other. UK is very challenge heavy. Like you have connections, but the connections aren't like as focused. Like remember this past season of the USA and how like everybody was very, very focused on connecting with everybody. Everybody
Yeah.
was very, very focused on being loyal to that person. In the UK, that's all out the window. There is no loyalty. There is none.
Seems like it.
Amongst there's none. We saw it this season, but I think one of the biggest difference also is how the girls are treated by the men.
I hope
So even
Jessica's watching right now. Sorry, but like my one friend Jessica, we were actually talking about this earlier, and it's just so funny how like we've noticed some nuances about British people. But go ahead.
Yeah, so one of the biggest thing, like how in USA, like the biggest thing you do is like all the men, like even if you like again, we have seen this. If you
Breakfast
hate each other, breakfast, the men will make you breakfast. That is the thing that is
at
the one
least
thing that they have
avocado
to do.
toast, the easiest thing to make.
One of the most hilarious things I've ever seen in my life is Cordell get a plate of breakfast food shoved back at him because he decided he wanted to make breakfast for both Serena and Daya. Okay?
Serena wasn't having it.
And she was like, She was like, get that out of my face. But you have just that aspect. And coming into with the US people, like the UK girls was like, oh my God, he makes us breakfast. I'm like, do y'all not get breakfast made for y'all? Like, what's going on?
Oh, I have one more point to like add to that. So Whitney was saying how Yaman validates her and like backs her up and stands up for her. She's like, I've never had a man do that for me before. What? You've never had a man take your side? Is that how British men are?
Yeah, so Whitney's last partner, I forgot his name. Honestly, he was just that irrelevant. Whitney's last partner is the man she actually met on her season of Love Island. This is a man who was like he kind of pulled a Kenny, like he was racist and like he called her skin dirty, like when they would break up and everything like that. Yes. He tried to sue her because she revealed that he called her skin dirty because they broke up. And she was like, God. Yeah, like the reason why we broke up is because he really didn't like me. Like, and he was openly
fucking
racist
gorgeous.
towards me.
Sorry. My language.
No, honestly. So when she says that, I fully believe her. Like her last, her last boyfriend.
Besides her saying charge it all the time and charge this, charge that, charge your attitude. I can't stand her saying the charge it, but besides that, she's so pretty and she just seems like a really good person. And I'm glad that she met Yaman. And I did see pictures of Millie and oh hell, I forget his name.
No,
her American.
Sean. Oh, Zach.
Yeah, no,
Zach
her
with a C.
Yeah, Zach.
Zach
and Millie were together on a plane along with Lucinda and Sean. They were all on a plane together for an 11-hour flight.
Yeah, because they're in Thailand right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the season was shot in Thailand. So usually it's in like, I think it's usually in like South Africa or Spain or something like that.
Yeah.
And then It's usually not as far away as it was this season. But no, the floor is in hell for them UK girls. When Millie
Yeah.
was like, Zach, oh my God, he's my Prince Charming. I'm like, Zach is
Her
doing the
cowboy.
barest minimum. She's like, I'm gonna be an American citizen. I'm like, girl, these men are like, and then I had to really think about it. I'm like, UK men are also trash because the games that Scott played this season, Scott,
Right?
you may make great television, but you are a dick. Like, you're a dick.
When you told me he was on here, I was like, "Oh, yeah, I gotta watch this,"
And
because I remember him
honest,
from Perfect Match.
yeah, he was on Perfect Match. He finally found a girl. Him and Leanne finally figured it out. He finally found his girl. But let's talk about the last thing, the person who I felt so bad for. I felt so bad for. And then she has done anybody who ever felt bad for her, girl, nobody feels bad for you now. Belle. Girl.
Oh,
Girl. You let Carrington eat you up. Carrington. Carrington has been on the same amount of shows that Scott has. Carrington.
Carrington is American Scott,
Literally, Carrington eating you up,
but he's with
girl.
Helena.
Listen, Hideaway Helena somehow redeemed herself. I don't understand. But
She said she's not
Harrison,
hiding with Helena anymore.
she is always going to be Hideaway Helena. But Harrison injecting his 2 cents in and being Harrison, he's only on the show because he wants attention. He's going to be the next Tyreek or Toby or Scott or whatever the fuck. But Carrington ate you up, Belle. Carrington ate your ass up. And I think Belle, from that whole Sean and Lucinda thing, has just been carrying this air about her of like, everybody does me wrong. I'm done so wrong. And it's like, well, you could have just moved on and not to your friend's boyfriend, who then proceeded to tell
Right?
you he did not feel the way that way about you, and you have proceeded to literally drag this for weeks now.
Yeah. And
But
it was funny because Sammy's phone call, Sammy was told she should have kept her nose out of Lucinda's business and Belle's business.
mm-hmm.
So then, of course, she doesn't say anything to Belle or Lucinda about how her phone call went because she doesn't want to look like she did anything wrong. Sammy wants to look like she was perfect the whole entire season, which, besides actually just looking perfect, that's about it. And maybe having like a perfect relationship, but her sticking her nose where it didn't belong and being told that, she should have definitely told the girls about that instead of waiting until it was called out by the public saying, "Are you ever going to say anything about this?" And then for her to totally turn it into it's just her and Belle thing, has nothing to do with Lucinda. Like, I get where you're coming from. They talk about the baby talk and her giggling and everything, but like, she's in there to find her man. She ain't in there to worry about you women. Like, that's how everybody should have gone in there. I'm in there to find my partner. I ain't worried about anybody else and what's going on with them. But these girls had to put their nose in drama and make themselves look like idiots on TV. And I love it.
Yeah. Again, but honestly, I'm gonna say this: out of the three All-Star seasons that there have been, this has been the best one. This was the best one by
Yeah.
far. I'm glad that they had a USA villa. Next All-Star season, I actually want them to bring in the Australian people. The people from Love Island Australia are unhinged, and the things that have happened on that show is actually insane. So, I mean, now we are in the wait. We have no more Love Island till probably May,
Boring.
because we will have so how that goes is UK will probably premiere after US. So US will probably premiere end of May, beginning June. And with how the months work out this year, it is probably going to be like June 1st. And it'll go to middle of July. And then the UK will literally premiere the week after. So we're gonna be fed this summer. Ellie girl.
Oh, below deck. This
Ellie
charter,
girl.
this charter is a disaster.
Ellie. Ellie, 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 Ellie. That's all I gotta say.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, I watched her on Below Deck Med. I knew she was gonna be what she is. This
Yeah.
is a girl who constantly undermined Aisha to the point where Aisha had to say, "I'm the chief stew, you're the second stew." Aisha had to say that to her. Aisha is the
Well, she's
nicest
not a
person on
sous
Below
chef,
Deck.
and she's not an assistant chef. What did they call her?
I don't even remember. As soon as I saw her, I was like, I'm pissed off. Like, I'm just so annoyed that you're here.
Well, hey,
And
she's
now
not the
you
one
got
that started this charter off bad though.
no,
I mean,
no.
she caused it to start off bad, I guess, because she was talking to what's been in the galley for so long, and they didn't hear Captain Jason come over the radio. But it's not going well. It hasn't been going well. I can't wait to see how it ends.
Well, we got a preview for next week. Captain Jason does come into the galley to help because it's that bad. But I want to talk about something else because social media, of course, plays a big part. So if you guys don't know this, Ben, the head chef on the show, has cried about his ex-fiance and how he's so sad and said that she slept with one of his friends. Well, that ex-fiance came out and said, "Ben, that did not happen. You're the one who broke up with me, ghosted me, and you have now perpetuated this narrative that I'm this bad person." And she's like, "I processed this, but now that the show is airing, he keeps coming out and saying that I was the one who was the terrible part in the relationship." And I'm just y'all, I'm sick of these Bravo men.
He's looking for sympathy.
Yeah, clearly. When I saw her video, she was like, "Look, I'm his ex-fiance that he's talking about. I didn't do what he said. I did." And she was like, "I'm not looking for like any notoriety or anything like that." She's like, "I'm just here to tell y'all like that's all the stuff that he said that I didn't do." And it's very
That's
clear
great.
that she didn't do it.
Wow.
But let me get through a couple more shows. We got
Yes,
a sneak
ma'am.
peek of Southern Hospitality. Please watch Southern Hospitality. Southern Hospitality is a great show. In this sneak peek, we find out that Emmy and TJ and Brad are not talking. Maddie is not cool with Brad because he revealed that he was a part of the reason why her last relationship broke up. Joe Bradley is not showing up to work. He's following Maddie around. Michael's fired Molly. So, and I mean, we got that all in 5 minutes. So that's crazy. That's a hot mess. On Summer House, we had Lindsay Hubbard, Queen Lindsay, come back into the fold. She decided to party with them this weekend. They're having a medieval themed party, but we had a weird conversation where Wes and Jesse were talking about Wes's ex girlfriend, the Queen Sierra. And Jesse was like, "Do you think it would be weird if I made out with Sierra?" And Wes looked at him like, you're my best friend. Why would you want to make out with my ex-girlfriend?"
Because dudes don't care.
We had that. Of course, we have Southern Charm, which has gone completely in the toilet. I'm so glad. It's fuck all of them every single day. I do not like those men. They are all demons. Austin, I'm on your ass. Craig, I'm on your ass. Shep, you need therapy. I've never seen a bigger man child in Bravo history. Whitney, grow the hell up. But that's what we got for pop culture news. Oh, we got the Rock Hall nominees announced. They were announced today. So that's gonna be an interesting thing to see. And then Hillary Duff went on Call Her Daddy. She talked about the whole mom group thing. And then she revealed she
What's going
revealed
on?
that back in the day, so if you guys don't know this, I love pop culture and I love the lore of pop culture, and especially young pop culture because I was that's my era, like 2000s. So Hillary Duff revealed that her and Lindsay Lohan, of course, we knew had big beef because they both dated Aaron Carter at the same time. And famously, Hillary Duff showed up at the Freaky Friday premiere. Hillary
Mhm.
was on Disney through Lizzie McGuire,
Yep.
and Lindsay was just the big Disney star. So she revealed that she was actually invited to the premiere by Chad Michael Murray. Her and Chad Michael Murray had done a Cinderella story together, and then of
Mhm.
course Chad Michael Murray was in the movie. She was like, "Yeah, I showed up for petty reasons," and then of course Lindsay showed up a couple months later to the Lizzie McGuire premiere to be petty, and then she said years later they saw each other in a club and they both like went up to each other and was like, "We good, right?" And they were like, "Yeah, we good." And they took shots, and that's how they squashed the beef.
Huh. Darn. I was hoping they threw down.
Nah,
Not
that
throw
was
down
Lindsay in
shots.
Paris. That was Lindsay in Paris. That's what I could do a whole episode
Right?
on 2000s pop culture, but we got to get
Oh,
to it.
girl.
What is our current internet
Well,
obsession?
I know what yours is. You're still watching the K-dramas.
Oh my god, I can't stop. I can't
You need
stop.
help. You need help.
They're so good. I watched
We're gonna get you a
one.
therapist.
Look, y'all, I'm currently watching one from 2017. That's how far I'm deep into this. I'm watching one from 2017. Like it's so good.
That is
So
so
good.
funny.
Um that I'm obsessed with that. And then what
Did you
is the
start
other
School
one?
Spirits yet?
No, I haven't started School Spirit yet. Y'all, I'm slacking. I really am
This
slacking on
season
my
is
shows.
so good. They're
I've seen the
this is the
clips. I've
last
seen the clips.
season. They're wrapping a lot of stuff up.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you the other internet obsession I had because
What?
this is also a weird thing. So the show Tell Me Lies, I think I was
Yes.
telling you about they also wrapped it up this season, but the wedding scene from that show, I can't stop thinking about it.
I haven't seen
It
it.
was their series. Please, like, go watch Tell Me Lies. 3 seasons of just a mediocre white man torturing all of his friends.
Hmm.
Just,
I probably know a
just,
few.
yeah. But Christy,
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to talk about something. One last thing. One last thing.
Okay.
And and then we're gonna end the show, I promise. Happy 20th episode, guys.
Oh,
We
yay!
are 2020. We are 20 episodes in. We have been doing this show for 20 weeks. That's crazy.
That's
20
we're getting close
weeks.
to halfway. Like
Yeah.
half a year.
That is 20 weeks is so insane. But yes,
Yeah.
happy 20th episode, guys. Thank you guys for all your support. Like I'm gonna get emotional
Don't do
because
that. Because if you cry, I'm gonna cry. And my
oh,
makeup will run. I'm an ugly
it's so
crier.
mine.
So don't do that. No. Okay, so I'm gonna take over for Autumn right now, and we are gonna tell you everyone who watches us, who supports us, who makes comments, who tells anybody else about us, that shares our shows. We do love you all. We thank you all for your support. We know we come on here and we talk for a long time about a lot of stuff, and it can get kind of confusing sometimes, but that's how a woman's brain works. So get used to it.
Yeah. It's been 20 episodes. Like, who would have thunk like 6 months ago we didn't even know each other.
I
And now
know.
6 months later, like we've been doing this show for 20 weeks.
Yeah.
That's
A lot has happened
crazy.
too.
Right?
Like, I've had a grandson.
Yeah, like I got a promotion at work. Like this has
Congratulations.
been,
And you had a birthday.
and I had a birthday and I'm turned 31. It's been nuts. But yeah, no,
We had
yeah, we are
Christmas. We had
20.
New Year's.
Yeah,
We've
we
had
had a
lots
whole
of
New
stuff.
Year's special. Like this has just been 20 episodes of pure bliss. And I want to thank everybody for your support. Those who watch us on Facebook, those who watch us on YouTube, those who listen on Spotify, like, or follow us on Instagram or follow us on TikTok. Like
I
just the
heart.
littlest, yeah, or I heart. Like the little things really, really matter. And I know we said we're gonna do more. I promise we're gonna do more. I promise, I promise we are going to do more. I promise. We have just been like, again, we live in 2 completely separate areas of
At
the
least
country.
1,300 miles away.
Yeah, so
Hard to
I
get
mean, this is
together.
just, yeah, it's really hard to get together. I am planning a trip though to come down there. I promise.
Oh, you are.
I am.
Your bed is
Yes,
right there.
yes,
Like, right.
yes.
Right there.
Yes. Yeah.
It comes
We're
out of the
playing it.
wall.
But again, thank you guys for supporting
Yes.
us. 20 episodes. We love you. You guys are watching us on Inside Edge Network. Please like, follow, and subscribe to us and Inside Edge Network. We are everywhere: YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Inside Edge Net. Us at Jersey Chasers. We are Instagram, TikTok, wherever you get your podcasts, YouTube. All the episodes are updated, uploaded. You can watch us. You can listen to us. Please, please, please. I'm begging you. Please listen to us on Spotify. We need money, y'all.
Right?
We need money.
Yeah.
We need
I would love to
money.
get paid for this. I keep complaining about media, and I keep being told, Christy, you're media. And I'm like, yeah, I don't get paid, though.
Right? Literally, somebody, I was at work, and she was like, you're just doing this for free? I'm like, girl, I'm trying to get paid. I'm like, I love talking, but
yeah, me too. If somebody would love to pay us, I mean, like, we're not going to argue it.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a network sponsor. It is Allie Rose Fragrances.
Yeah.
Please discover Allie Rose's collection of handcrafted candles, body mist made with clean and minimal ingredients. Every product is thoughtfully created in small batches, free from harmful toxins. For mindful everyday indulgence, head over to allierosefragrances.com. Use the special promo code InsideEdge20. Christy, next week will be March, which is crazy. We are 3 months into this year. We got a whole slate of stuff coming up. Again,
I'm so glad.
Craziness.
I'm so excited.
Craziness.
Do you realize March 8th, we get to jump forward on our clocks? Or we spring forward. So it's going to be lighter an hour later. And that makes me so happy. I love longer days.
So we got about a week until great.
2 weeks.
Great.
Week and a half. 2 weeks. March 8th.
Week and a half. Yes.
We'll remind you.
Yes. But we love you guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. And we'll see you next week.
I got to get to bed.
Same.
I'm sitting here yawning.